dear viewers, welcome to my channel. My name is Malena and in this video we will talk about dress codes and I will tell you how to dress appropriately at a reception, rather formal events like an opera premiere, a premiere in a theater, an art gallery opening, event that takes place at a hotel, at a very beautiful 5-star hotel, or events like the ones I am often going to, which are mostly hosted by embassies. And today is one of those days. I am lucky to be invited to the celebration of the National Day of Italy. So here where I live in Berlin, Germany, there are lots of embassies, of course. I am working in an international environment and also have many friends from that environment. I am often invited to the embassy events, and those are mostly the National Day celebrations. But on those invitations, there is rarely a dress code indicated. And in the beginning, when I wasn't that experienced, I was always a little bit insecure on how to dress. Should I dress a bit more business or smart casual, or should I dress more formal? Should I even dress like with an evening attire? So how can you know that? With regard to the receptions I will talk about here and the ones that I am referring to, the dress code that will be always right is called semi-formal. But we will get to that later. I will explain all of those internationally known dress codes in a bit more detail and also show you some examples. So stay until the end of this video because it's going to be very educational for you. And in the end you will be an expert and for sure you won't ever be overdressed or underdressed at an event or a reception anymore. So first of all, we start with the 3 dress codes that I would exclude with regard to attending a semi-formal or formal reception or celebration, and those are casual, because this is basically not a dress code. Casual just means dressed casually, so you can basically come with your jeans and t-shirts, and that's of course not what we are referring to. The next one would be business casual. That's basically a dress code that is used at work, so this is how you would normally dress at the office. So you can of course use a jeans, but also maybe a nice blouse, but rather casual. This is also not how we would go to a reception. The third one is business. Business refers to business clothing, business attire, so that's quite clear. This is how you would dress when you have a business presentation. So maybe you would put on a blazer and a blouse or a formal top underneath and your black pants or dark pants, maybe also a pencil skirt with a blazer. So this is a rather classic business clothing that you might also put on when you're going to a job interview. This category is a bit difficult because when you're invited to a reception, you might dress business and you might upgrade this business outfit a little bit so that it becomes almost smart casual or semi-formal, and I will tell you how and why. So first of all, I will show you a typical business dress. So this would be such a business dress. So you see it is a classic cut with a very classic and feminine neckline with half-length sleeves. And it is also a half-length dress, so for me it ends like around the knees or a little bit above the knees. It is a feminine cut, but it is still very businesslike. I, for example, was wearing this dress when I applied for the job that I have now. So I dressed like that and I was successful. But I have to say that I was a little bit overdressed compared to other applicants because I'm living in Germany and then I'm almost always overdressed here, and you will understand why when you come here. It's that people are always a little bit more casual. You can also watch my video about dressing femininely in Germany, then you will understand that a little bit better. But anyway, I didn't go wrong with this dress, and if I dressed this dress up by, for example, using a silk scarf. If you have seen my video about how to tie a silk scarf, you will know that you can upgrade an outfit totally by adding an accessory like a beautiful silk scarf to it. And if you tie it in a nice way, it will be even better and it can really transform an outfit. If you haven't watched this video, I will link it down below and watch it, because this is a very helpful tool on many occasions. Also on an occasion like that, you can perfectly go with this outfit to a semi-formal reception. But I would dress it up a little bit. I would use nice heels together with it, a nice purse, maybe even a clutch, a nice accessory like a silk scarf, for example. And then, although this is a business dress and not a cocktail dress, it will still be appropriate for the occasion. And as shoes, I would recommend you to use heels like that. They are a little bit broader. That means that you have a more secure stand. You can walk more securely. But at the same time, they are very elegant and will upgrade an outfit like this for sure. Now we are coming to the dress codes that are more appropriate for a reception. So I will start with the more casual one and then go up to the most formal one. On receptions like the one I'm going today, the style of the people is very, very different. Of course, it is all between the range of smart casual and semi-formal, but there is a big variety, and that's okay. And I think that this variety also exists on other receptions, such as the ones that I quoted. At the end of this video, I will give you some points that you should look at when you are not sure how formal an event is. But first of all, I will talk about smart casual, which is a quite known expression. Smart casual is a dress code that describes a mixture of business and casual in a smart way. So to give you an example, you could use a nice pencil skirt together with a dressy blouse in a more dressy material like silk or lace and a more feminine color, and then you can combine that with a dressy blazer and some heels and a nice purse. So an outfit like that would go through as smart casual, but it would also go in the direction of semi-formal. And I will now show you an outfit that I used many times on embassy receptions, and I was never wrong with that. Those were, of course, not extremely big events and not big celebrations like balls, but we will come to that later. But they were formal and they were celebrations. And I will show you now. So that would be an outfit that I consider smart casual, tending towards semi-formal. So it is basically a pencil skirt, but a shorter pencil skirt, so it ends above the knees a little bit. It is a classic cut, but you see that the material, those layers, and the color also is quite feminine and a little bit playful. And that's why it is not in the business category anymore. And also it is not in the casual category. So I would put this skirt in the smart casual, tending towards semi-formal category. And I often combine those kind of skirts with nice, a little bit more elegant and flowy tops like this one. So this is kind of a chiffon top. It's by Zara, and I think I have it for more than 10 years already, but it's such a good quality and it is a bit sheer. It is, yeah, it's just something that looks good with so many outfits, especially with those high-waisted feminine skirts. And I often put a blazer like that, like this is a linen blazer, but it is a bit more feminine, so it's not that casual. But together with the skirt and the top underneath, it is smart casual, semi-formal outfit that when you combine it with elegant shoes and an elegant purse, it will be okay and totally appropriate for a reception. So the shoes I would combine this outfit with if I don't want to wear heels would be pointy flats like those. This is a shoe that is elegant, but it is flat, and you can combine it with many outfits and it will be appropriate for a formal or semi-formal reception. But at the same time, it looks feminine and sophisticated. And now we are coming to the category that you won't ever go wrong with when attending a reception or even an event, and that's semi-formal. So semi-formal for us women means the classic little black dress, for example, a dress that is knee length or like a little bit more than knee length, that has a classic cut, something like Audrey Hepburn would wear, a cocktail dress, something that you can wear in the evening, but that is not necessarily an evening gown. It is semi-formal, basically what the word or the dress code says. For most receptions, a semi-formal outfit will be appropriate. The only event that it would or it might be a little bit underdressed would be black tie events. But when you are invited to a black tie event that is really black tie, that is a big celebration, it is mostly indicated on the invitation. If it is not, you can still find out by considering a few points that will come in the end, but usually you will know. If it's not indicated, there are no indications that it is a black tie event, you will be perfect with a semi-formal outfit. And the dress that I am wearing today is a silk dress. It is a wrap dress by Diane von Furstenberg. That's a designer very famous for her silk wrap dresses, and I really love it. I decided to wear this dress tonight because it goes through as semi-formal, but I would also not be out of place at a black tie celebration. And that's because this dress is like on the edge. So it is semi-formal, it has a mid-length, a good material, it's silk, it is a nice feminine cut, it is dressy, not too short, elegant, so it goes well for a semi-formal event or reception. But it also has those details like the golden threads and those beautiful butterfly sleeves. And also if you look from far, this is also a little bit more dressy and feminine, and the cut is asymmetrical and I could dance with it and it would look elegant and feminine, but it's at the same time not over the top. And that's why this is a perfect dress for situations in which I am not sure how festive the event will be. Is it rather tending towards black ties, or will women come wearing long evening dresses? Or is it rather tending towards semi-formal, smart casual? And that will also be okay, because that's a kind of a dress that I can as well wear to a dinner in a restaurant in the evening. And I won't be totally overdressed. But I could as well wear it to the opera and I won't be underdressed, especially when I'm combining it with nice heels, some jewelry, maybe a nice updo. So it all depends on the style of the dress and how you combine it with the accessories, and of course also how you position yourself, on how your posture is, on how you carry yourself. This will also of course influence the outfit that you are wearing, and it can elevate a rather underdressed outfit. Yeah, you can wear the most dressy dress, but if you carry yourself bad in it, you have a bad posture, and if your styling doesn't really fit or your shoes are too casual, it won't fit and it won't be appropriate as well. But although I consider this dress as appropriate for a semi-formal event and in accordance with the dress code semi-formal. There are also other styles that are not that festive. For example, this dress here, which is also a silk wrap dress by the brand Sandro. Sandro is a very nice high mid-range brand, and I like it because it has an incredibly good quality. Although it is sometimes a little bit expensive, it is not extremely expensive, and if you get something in sale, for example, you really get a high quality garment. So here you can see that this dress has a very, very nice material. So it's already a festive material, a more elegant material, it's silk. Then the pattern is quite classy and classic. Together, of course, with the colors, dark blue and beige, it goes well at a semi-formal environment. And last but not least, the cut of it, it is similar to the one that I'm wearing, but it is not as playful. So it is a mid-length, but it's not floor length. It has those mid-length sleeves. So it is not a sleeveless evening gown. And that's why I would put this dress clearly in the category of semi-formal. Now you see that semi-formal does not have to be festive like this one. It can also be tending a bit more to the casual side, but still be elegant and a little bit formal like that one. And now we are coming to the last category, the black tie. So black tie is typically the evening event where you are wearing a long dress. It can be a long dress without sleeves, of course. It can also have sleeves. I have two examples here. When you are invited to a black tie event, it is mostly indicated on the invitation. If not, you can still, and you still know that it is kind of a ball, that a dance floor is included, that maybe a big band is included. A wedding, for example, that would be a typical event where you can wear a long dress. And when I am insecure about how formal this evening black tie event will be, I would choose a dress that is a little bit more classic and has a more classic color. So my suggestion here would be this kind of dress like this one. So this is one of my evening dresses. It has a nice mermaid shape. I really like this shape. It has a classic V-neck and it looks very elegant and feminine, but at the same time it is not too playful. So I could wear this dress on an evening event that is a black tie event, but that is maybe in a little bit more of a formal environment with a formal dinner, for example. And that will be appropriate. When I'm going to a rather festive event or something like an opera, a very elegant opera reception, I would use a dress like this. It is a bit more playful and more feminine and also more sensual due to this neckline here and due to the material, but it is also a black tie or an evening dress. So you see, you really have to consider a few points when deciding what dress code to follow. But both dresses, this one and also the dark blue one, would be appropriate at a black tie event. By the way, those two dresses are by Lipsy. That's also a very good mid-range brand that I would recommend for evening dresses or dressy dresses, also for semi-formal or cocktail dresses, because they are not so expensive, but they have really nice cuts. So now we come to the points that will help you to decide what kind of dress code to follow and what kind of dress to put on. So if you get an invitation to a reception and you are not sure if this is rather semi-formal or towards the smart casual side, or if it tends towards the very festive, more of a black tie formal side, consider a few points. First, what is the reason for the event or reception? Is it an art gallery opening? Is it a premiere? What is the reason? The more formal the reason is, the more the reception will tend towards semi-formal to black tie. The second point is the location. So where is the event or the reception located? You can see that if it is located in a big space, like a 5-star hotel, ballroom, or some other big room, big ballroom, then it might be a bit more elegant and more towards the black tie direction. So I would rather not dress smart casual. I would rather dress semi-formal with a tendency to black tie. So a dress like I'm wearing today, for example, if you're insecure about the long evening gown. Next point is the time. So when is the event? If the reception is not in the evening, you should also not wear an evening gown or an evening dress. If it is in the early evening hours, both can be appropriate. So my event tonight is at 6 p.m. So that's basically an early evening hour, and both things might come into questions, but due to the fact that I know how those embassy National Day celebrations go and how people are usually dressed, and it's mostly a big mixture of styles, I would maybe not dress with the long evening gown, but I put on a more dressy, feminine, semi-formal dress that is also suitable for a celebration. And the last point that you can consider is who is invited. Are very important people invited that are a bit more in a formal environment, or are more casual, artsy people invited? This can also be an indication. If you look at those 4 points, and most of the points tend towards a more formal event, then you can consider to put on a longer dress that is rather like the dark blue one, so it won't be too over the top, but it will also not be underdressed in case that this is really a formal black tie event. So I hope those points are helpful for you, and I really strongly recommend all of you to get a dress that is like this. It doesn't have to be this cut, of course. It all depends on your style and on your body type. I mean a dress that goes into the category of semi-formal with a tendency to formal, that you can wear at a nice restaurant in the evening as well as on a wedding. And you won't be totally underdressed when you appear like that at a celebration in the evening. But you also won't be overdressed when you come like that to a nice gourmet restaurant. Try to find a dress that covers both categories a little bit, that is on the edge. I hope you liked this video, and I hope it was helpful for you. And if it was, please give me a thumbs up. The thumbs ups really help me to grow my channel, and also write me a comment. I'm really happy to read comments. Share this video if you know someone for whom it might be useful, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!